Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. And I want to say Shalom to Akim and Akwat out there pursuing this truth diligent. Coming at you once again with another lesson. This one's titled Esau the Exterminator. All right? Once again, Esau the Exterminator. Now, again, this one comes to you, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. But I found it on Google News, and there's a lot of bullshit in it. All right, so there's a lot of bones you gotta eat the meat and spit out the bones. But that's what we're gonna do. But there's a lot of telling signs within this. Okay, and the bullshit is a million years, 2, 4, 5 million years ago. There was no millions of years ago. All right, there was thousands of years ago, but there's no millions of years ago. Okay, that's some Esau bullshit to make it seem like society's been around longer than it has been around, and look at all the advancements. Well, most of the advancements happened in the early 1920s, 30s, and 40s. Okay, especially technological advancements. Okay, that as of now. Okay, so it's not no billion. 4.3 billion years ago. No, none of that. Because that's the other thing. They say things happened million years ago, but they say the Earth is 4.3 billion, right? How old is the Earth? 4.5 billion. Now, I remember it being 4.3, but hey, who remembers? Who remembers, right? Maybe not me, right? So I thought it used to be 4.3 billion. Now, I guess it's 4.543 billion years ago. So 4.5, right? And that's not another 4, so you don't round up. So it's just 4.5 that billion years ago, which was not, they've scoured the earth searching for the oldest rocks to radiometrically date. How did they find out how old the earth is? Let's see. Radiometric dating. All right. When did this come out? When did radiometric dating begin? 1905. It was 1907. All right. Let's see. When was the Earth's age? When was the age of the Earth discovered? In 1953, right? Led to isotopes, yada, 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 and meteorites to estimate Earth's age at around 4.5 billion years. There you go. So that's what they think. So Esau science, right? Esau science. That's what they think. And really, it's to throw you off from, to think that, all these things happened billions of years ago or millions of years ago. No. Just thousands of years, okay? Not billions of years, okay? So anyway, we're gonna get to the point here. This is from Phys.org, all right? It says the evidence is mounting. Humans were responsible for the extinction of large mammals. Okay, that's where you get the title, Esau the Exterminator. That's what they did. They killed a bunch of animals, man. And you see them depicted, whenever they depict, anybody, you see these seem to be like some sorts of they make them look like Native Americans, right? Darkerly depicted, right? But these are just really Edomites, right? All these were just Edomites. Okay? As prehistoric humans hunt a woolly mammoth. More and more research show that this species and at least 46 other species of mega herbivores were driven to extinction by humans, notably Edomites, right? Because it wouldn't have been the Native Americans, because the Native Americans knew how to hunt, all right? And the Native Americans are biblically the Gadites, okay? Israelites, they're Israelites, all right, from the tribe of Gad. And they knew how to hunt, all right? Israel, why our thing wasn't, we were the main hunter, All right. The thing is that we still knew how to hunt. Now Esau is the one who, you know, would go out and be always hunting. All right. Now we can hunt, but that's not, you know, what you would you know, pride yourself on. All right. You would not pride yourself. Give me a minute. All right, Slakia, back for that. I got an idiot dog that throws the spirit off me from time to time. So it says the evidence is mounting. Humans were responsible for the extinction of large mammals. And I got to just start up again because, again, I was on a roll. But, again, this stupid fucking dog. Anyway, the debate has raged for decades. Was it humans or climate change that led to the extinction of many species of large mammals, birds, and reptiles that have disappeared from Earth over the past 50,000 years? It says by large, we mean animals that weighed at least 54 kilograms, known as megafauna. At least 161 species of mammals were driven to extinction during this period. This number is based on the remains found so far. So again, getting back on a on the topic of what I was saying before we were so rudely interrupted, all right, by Satan in the form of a dog. All right. You know, Jacob, all right, while they could hunt, all right, we can hunt. All right, it's not, you know, our, what would you call it, you know, one of our main traits. You wouldn't say, oh, yeah, that guy's definitely a hunter. All right, many people can hunt. All right, but when you look at Esau, all right, when you even, hell, if you look up hunter, you just look up hunter, all right, what are you going to see? You're going to see a bunch of other than DeAndre Hunter and other people from sports teams. All right, hunting. If you look up hunting, who are you going to see? All right, you're going to see depictions of Esau, because who hunts most? Mostly Esau, because that's what they do. All right, Esau was a cunning hunter. All right, this is a matter of fact. I might just save this to be the. I might just save that to be the picture that we use. Right, so you see it, and there's nothing wrong with hunting, but hunting in excess, like how Esau does it, there's definitely something wrong with that. Okay, so, and it's Esau that does this type of shit. They try to depict, you know, they'll show these depictions of, you know, all these Native Americans ganging up on one animal, and while, you know, they did hunt like that, they try to paint them as the reason, oh, this is why all the animals are gone. No, it was Esau. Esau would hunt animals to excess. Okay, it's not, they wouldn't just hunt it to, first of all, you're not even supposed to be eating elephant and shit like that, so that's another telltale sign that while Jake was doing it, all right, because they were gone off, all right, Esau, they don't care what they eat. They'll eat anything, man. They'll eat skunk asshole if you give it to them. It says, so, you know, but they try to paint it as Jacob. All right, they try to paint it as, oh, it was Native Americans, it was Gad doing that. It wasn't us. It wasn't us. Well, I'm sorry, we're not the ones who invented the Gatling gun, were we? All right, which was what specifically to what kill Native Americans, but really to do a large amount of killing in a short period of time. You know, no one else but Esau could think of something like that. It says the largest of them were hit the hardest, land-dwelling herbivores weighing over a ton. The mega herbivores, 50,000 years ago, 50,000 years ago, you know, okay, you know, I can't remember the exact date we go back to. I can't remember. We go into tens of thousands, I believe, but not, I don't know if we go to, I don't even think we necessarily go back to hundreds of thousands. All right, what Hebrew calendar starting date? That's when the calendar starts. So it was a little bit before that, but how many years? What year is it in the Jewish calendar? It is currently 5784. Okay, 5784, which doesn't mean, and you know, that doesn't mean that was exactly how many years were around, because of course it was started, you know, he had to have a point where the calendars were started, because there was a time where calendars weren't used. But, you know, look at this, you know, if we look at this, you know, if this is more synonymous with better time frame. We only have, talking with the Gregorian calendar, you know, 2,000 so on years, okay, that they've been calculating, because, and that's really because they didn't want, you know, all the whole full years that time had been documented to be quote unquote documented, because there was things in there that they didn't want being brought up. All right, that's why they're on the Gregorian calendar. There's a bunch of time missing There's events that we don't know about, right? Why? Because there are certain. Well, they're not going to categorize and classify the days that they were in slavery. All right, they're going to make up some lies about it because that's what they do, as we're going to get here in a minute. But they make lies and say, oh, the Dark Ages, it was dark because it was a very dark time, and yada, it was dark because there was dark people in rulership, right? So anyway, I want to get to prove that fact that Esau was the one who was known as the hunter. We got to go and get Genesis, which we already have it up. Genesis 25 and 21 through 28. It says, this is verse 21. It says, and Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. All right, she didn't have any children, and they were trying to have kids but struggling, right? And the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived, and the children struggled together within her. And that shows you that, Jacob and Esau we've had a rivalry for a very long time, all right, even since the womb. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. 2 nations. 2 nations. All right, they weren't the same people. All right, they're 2 different people. 2 nations. All right, because nations are different people. So 2 nations are in thy womb. That's why they're rumbling, right? Because they're 2 different nations, and these nations don't like each other. It says, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. All right, the elder shall serve the younger. All right, and the elder, all right, shall serve the younger. Who is the older one? All right, the older one, the elder will serve the younger. The older one was Esau, right? Because he came out first, so technically he's older. It says in verse 24, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. So we're going to stop right there to bring up another matter, is that, people say, oh, well, Jacob, he stole the blessing, blah, 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 he stole the blessing. You have all these different things, but right here, when the Lord is speaking with her, it already lets it be known that the elder, right, the elder brother is going to serve the younger. Esau is the elder brother, so they were going to serve the younger. So it was already known what was going to happen before it happened. All right, and this shows you, okay? It shows you the Lord knows what's going to happen, of course, because he orchestrated everything. He's the author, right? You'd think he would know what's in the book, right? If you're an author, you would know what you wrote, right? So he already knew, right, that one people were going to be stronger than the other, and he also knew that the elder was going to serve the younger. Okay, so he already knew that Jacob was going to be the one who got the blessing. He already knew that Jacob was his chosen people, right here and right there. Even before this was detailed, he already knew. But Esau always tries to pull that bullshit and say, oh, no, it's because, Jacob, he came and he lied and he the little thief and stole. Well, guess what? The Lord allowed it to happen. Nothing happens without the Lord's say. It wouldn't have happened if the Lord didn't want it to happen. All right? It wouldn't have happened if the Lord didn't want it to happen. Well, by that mean, then you goddamn coons, you were enslaved. The Lord wanted that to happen, huh? Yeah, actually he did. Yes. Nice try, Esau. But yes, he did. He did want that to happen to our people. That was part of the curses. Yes. Yep. Anything else? We'll wait. So, Esau just doesn't get it because they're so upset that they didn't get the blessing, man. But verse 24, it says, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And sometimes you'll hear, see, there were twins. They were twins. They were twins. Okay. What is that supposed to mean? All right, there's twins and then there's identical twins. There's a difference. Twins, you can have 2 people in the womb and then they look different. And then you can have identical twins. All right, identical twins are different than twins. See, they were twins. They weren't identical twins. It just says twins. Yeah, if you have 2 people in the womb, that's a twin. You have a twin. You were born on the same day. Doesn't mean they're identical. Verse 25, and the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And there's another thing. It was specifically noted how Esau came out, not how Jacob came out, because Jacob came out normal looking. All right, melanated, right? That's how it is. Who knows? Jake sometimes Jake babies come out with a full set of hair, already got little, curls going on. But it wasn't, none of that was detailed because Jacob came out normal, as was the time. Dark brown melanated skin. But it was detailed how Esau came out because he came out red, right? Red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. All right. There we go. So verse 26, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob, and Isaac was 80 and Isaac was 80 old when she bare him. So there you go. So Esau came out first, which makes him the older brother. And it says, and the elder shall serve the younger. So Esau is going to serve who? Jacob. It says, and the boys grew, verse 27, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. A plain man. Okay. Verse 28, and Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Okay, so Rebekah loved Jacob, but Esau was loved by Isaac because Isaac liked his food, all right? He thought it was good. It was good. It was good venison, right? He made good meat. So continuing on, we're going to go and get verse 27 because this is really where the point is for this lesson. All right, Genesis 25 and 27 again. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Now I'm curious, and I don't know if I've ever done this before, but I just want to go see what plain is attributed to or likened into in the Hebrew. All right, so, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, okay, man of the field. All right, and let's look up what field means. Sadeh, field, land, cultivated field, the home of wild beasts. All right, so Esau fits right in. It says, Jacob was a plain man. All right, what is plain man? Plain means what? A couple different words. Look, perfect, complete. Okay, complete, perfect, one who lacks nothing in physical strength, beauty. So lacks nothing in physical strength and beautiful. So it also means that Jacob was exceptionally strong and exceptionally handsome. All right, it says complete, morally innocent, having integrity, one who is morally and ethically pure. Okay, so there you go, complete. Okay, so he's a plain man. He was a righteous man, a perfect, complete man. Okay, innocent. All right, having integrity. Esau, on the other hand, does not have integrity. All right, says Jacob as a tent dweller opposed to Esau, a hunter. All right, and Jacob, you know, that's another thing, a tent dweller. When you think of tent dwellers, who do you think of? All right, you think of Native American teepees. All right, I spelled it wrong, but you think, you know, of teepees. All right, because guess what? Gad also, which is through the line of Jacob, all right, it was a tent dweller as well. All right, and they dwelled in tents. All right, and I don't know if you've ever had the privilege of being in one of these tents, but I tell you what, they're awesome. When I was younger, you know, we went to a some type of event. I can't remember what it was, but it had Native Americans, real Native Americans there. I believe we went because, you know, Native American, you know, is native, you know, Gadite. All right, or it is really what they are, Gadites. But Native American, quote unquote, blood, all right, runs on my side of the family. So, you know, that's why, you know, if going back to my history, you wouldn't know what I would be. I could be an Issacharite from the Mexican, what's the word, ancestry that I have, or you know, a Mexican. You could be a Gadite too, because Gad and Issachar are pretty much side by side in community, right? Or, you know, just based off of, you know, the way I am, the lifestyle, all right, and just certain curses and certain things. You know, I believe I go back to Judah, right? But if you look back into my family line, you'd think either Gad or Issachar, but it's not about skin color, right? It's about more than that. And you can just tell. And I've been told this by people other than just me about being a Judite. I had assumptions, but it's been brought up to me before. I said, I probably am. All right, it makes sense. So, but yeah, the one we went into, we were probably there because of that. I don't know. I was young, so who knows? We were probably there because of that or some other reason. And they were like that inside. But I believe these ones that we went to had like almost a sort of like carpeted floor. It wasn't really carpeted, but it was like this. You know, very similar to this. I don't know if it's some type of big rug. I've never built a teepee myself. But it was like this. They had a big bonfire in the middle, I believe. It was awesome. It was super cool. These things were huge, man. And look how nice you can make these things, man. I tell you what, if I could live in a teepee somewhere, I would do it. I would absolutely do it. Check this out, man. That's awesome. Look at it. There you go. And you got a little glass dome. I would definitely live in a teepee. You just have to get used to not having technology all the time. I'd like to have some type of technology there, of course, especially, you know, do lessons and stuff. But if I could do that and have technology, like have a computer in there or something, then I would definitely do it. All right. But, you know, lack of computer would be a no-go for me. So you see it. So Jacob was a tent dweller. Esau, you know, a cunning hunter. All right. Now, what's that word cunning mean? We can go and get that word. A cunning hunter. Yada. Cunning means to what? cunning. It doesn't really give us what we're looking for. But it goes back to the word yada. Did we get the right word? Cunning? Yeah, yada. To be made, known, to perceive. There it is. To know how to be skillful in. He was a skillful hunter. All right. And if you look at Esau and you look at Jacob, all right, Jacob usually tops Esau in anything that they do. But you put him in a hunting contest, Esau will come out on top. All right, Esau just knows how to do that stuff. They know how to track the animals better, right? They know how to do all. That's one of their blessings, man. He's a cunning hunter. All right, Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. All right, Jacob's more of a type of guy to have someone just do it for him. All right, convince someone, hey, you should go do this for me, and I'll trade off on you with, I'll give you this, or we'll do this, right? Make bargains. All right, because you can yikewab people. You can convince somebody into doing something for you without even having to do it. All right, well, you can't even hunt for yourself. Well, you don't really need to hunt. Well, we could hunt had we need be, because Gad, excellent hunter, right? Gad was an excellent hunter. But, Jacob's more the type to be able to convince someone to be able to do it for him. Okay? Well, that's lazy. It's not lazy. It's intelligent. All right? Why do the work if you don't have to? Right? Why do the work if you can convince someone else to do the hard part for you? Genesis 25 and 28, and again, we already read it, and Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. There you go. And going off down that, after that, you're going to get into the birthright, and Esau, crying, oh, bless me, Father, please, but one blessing, please. All right, crying, snot all running down his nose. All right. So that's that shows you that they're the ones that are hunting. And the thing is with Esau doesn't. They don't have the intelligence of Jacob. Jacob's one of his biggest traits is intelligence. Okay, his intelligence, his way around people and knowing people, right, and knowing how to do things with subtlety, right. That's one of Jacob's things. Okay, you can't out Jake a Jake. All right, try to go and try to. That's one thing. It's way easier to bullshit an Edomite than it is to bullshit a Jake. It's hard to bullshit a Jake, right? They'll know you, man. You bullshitting. Shut the fuck up. You pulling my chain, bro. Try it. Try bullshitting a Jake. They're gonna give you a side eye. They're gonna look at you, man. You fucking bullshitting me. Stop fucking bullshitting me, man. But Esau, they're gullible. They're very gullible people. All right, they're very gullible people, man. So they'll believe anything almost. So but Esau tries to paint the people that killed off all the animals as it was anybody but us, right? Anybody but the culprit, right? Anybody but the person who did it. And you can go and try to do all these things and lie and say, oh, this and that. And they got lies down here, 1.3 million years and 66 million years ago. Ignore all those years and shit, because these animals have only went extinct fairly recently within the last thousands of years. Whether it's, thousands upon thousands or hundreds of thousands of years, all right? But it ain't no millions of years, all right? Thousands of years, yes. Tens of thousands, yes, but ain't no millions of years, all right? There hasn't been no millions of years, okay? Or especially not billions of years, right? So it says, by large, we mean animals that weighed at least 54 kilograms, which is what in pounds? Okay? 99 pounds, at least 100 pounds. Okay? It says, known as megafauna, yada, yada, yada. It says the largest of them were hit the hardest, land-dwelling herbivores, weighing over a ton. The mega herbivores, 50,000 years ago, probably sooner than that, there were 57 species of mega herbivores. Today, only 11 remain. Why? Because Esau hunts in excess. They kill, because they love to kill. It's one of their favorite things to do. They don't only just love to kill Jacob, they like to kill their own people, they like to kill the other nations, and they like to kill animals. So these remaining 11 species have also seen drastic declines in their populations, but not to the point of complete extinction. You got people over there, rhino poacher, all right? And sometimes they'll show the Africans, but there's a lot of videos of like Edomites. And who is this? That's a what do you call it? Moabite. Looks like a Moabite of some sort. It says how rhino poacher hired sex workers to dupe authorities in the hunt for the Pablo Escobar wildlife trafficking. And you see that's what they do. They just cut off their horns and they just leave them for dead. All right, that's something that Esau does. All right, and in these other nations as well. But that's what they do, man. They just poach rhinos, man. That's what they do. So a lot of the time I've heard now is what they do is they'll actually just go and buzz most of the horn off, so they don't have any value, so nobody will kill him for it. All right, and then you got guys like this. I mean, it's good he's still living, but man, they fucked him all up, you know. And you see what they do to these animals, man. You see it. We're not gonna full screen anything because I don't know how kindly, right, YouTube will take it. Probably not very, but you see this is the type of shit that they do, man. So, and if you look at right here, and we're gonna full screen this one. It says more than 1,000 rhinos poached in South Africa in 2017. Who's over there in South Africa? Let's go look up South Africans. Oh, would you look at that? And they're trying to say, oh, no, it's black. No, most South Africans are white. Most South Africans are white. They were originally not. All right. South Africans in London take voting polls. All right. Take to the voting polls. So these are South Africans. Like they even got the little the color on the shirt right now. These are South Africans. They're trying to cover it up. They really are trying to cover it up. All right, but because they don't want they don't want it to be known. But who's the mayor? Let's see. A white gay Zulu speaking mayor is shaking up South African politics. All right, so they have a white gay Zulu speaking mayor over there. So you know it's Esau. It's Esau over there in South Africa. Okay, that's who it is. You know, look at these crowds. Look, it's mostly Esau. All right, of course, you're going to have some actual real Africans over there, right? But it's Esau that went over there and colonized and did all this shit. It's Edomites. Who else but the fucking Edomites, right? Edomites. You see some other over here. But another thing that they don't want you to know is that these Edomites have to lock their doors at night because these Africans are coming over and trying to fucking kill them, all right? They're trying to kill them. They're trying to bust in their house. So they're not wanted there at all. All right. So, but, you know, again, it's just, look, they're going to try to make it seem like it's anybody else but them. But if you want to see the ultimate image of poaching, yep, kill every buffalo you can. Every buffalo dead is an Indian gone. All right, there you go. This is a real image. There's a real image. Now they're saying that it's AI. All right, and it's not AI because that's what these kids are saying now, and that's the thing. See, and that's the thing. And I've mentioned this before that Esau will do is they'll use devices like that to make themselves seem less evil. So now that you have all these AI generated images, you can look at something like this and be like, no. That's an AI generated image. It's not. That's a real image. That is a real image. Okay? You can see it right here. In 1873, the American government killed 1.5 million buffalo in that 1 year alone to starve the Native Americans so they would become more dependent on the American government to survive. All right? But if you look at these images, you can go back to from any time to 2008. Okay? What year was this? Let's see. This is 2019. So 2019, AI images weren't big yet. And also, if you look back into the AI images, from like 2019, they were never this good. They'd be all fucked up looking. But you know, that's what they use. Esau's now, you know, trying to be, oh no, a lot of this stuff is AI. And you got to realize now you can go back to pictures of things that they had, you know, slavery wise and things that they had, you know, of Jim Crow era, and say, no, that's AI generated, right? When these are all real images, all right? And they've been real images for a long time. And so if you ever wonder, you know, why the Native Americans, and you look into the history of Native Americans, you hear about, oh, the buffalo. Where are all the fucking buffaloes from America? Where'd they all go? Well, there they are, right there. And you know, that is a lot. That is a lot of dead buffaloes, man. That is a lot. You can't even, that is so many. That is so many, man. So Think about that. So look, herds upon herds upon herds upon herds upon herds, man. Millions of buffalo, you know? Killing cows, something spikes. All right, so they have actual image documentation of these things, man. So, you know, you see it. And yeah, you know, that's in Gad, they'd eat buffalo. And buffalo, by the way, is also kosher. Oh, come on now. Boom. Yes, buffalo can be kosher if it's slaughtered and, you know, given a Jew. No, it's talking about, you know, if it's done by a rabbi. No, water buffalo, buffalo, North American bison are all kosher species. There you go. So, continuing on. We got scriptures to get. So you know, you see it. We don't have to keep on reading anymore, but you know, it just talks about, you know, that they found out that man was the one that was doing this. Climate change played a lesser role. Effective hunters and vulnerable giants. It says archaeologists have found traps designed for very large animals, and isotope analysis of ancient human bones and protein residues from spear points show that they hunted and ate the largest mammals. It says, Svenning adds, early modern humans were effective hunters of even the largest animal species and clearly had the ability to reduce the populations of large animals. Large animals weren't practically vulnerable to overexploitation because they have large gestation periods, produce very few offspring at a time, and take many years to reach a sexual maturity. And we don't have to keep reading it. You can if you would like, but you know, it deals with, you know, it's just over hunting, really over hunting. And that's what Esau does. You know, when Jake hunts, they hunt what they need and they take it home, and that's it. Esau will overhunt and hunt and hunt and hunt. There's a thing called hunting pressure, okay? There's a thing called hunting pressure, okay? And of course, the video game is going to come up. But hunting pressure, if you keep on hunting an area, okay, and you know, it's hunting pressure is typically used as a derogatory term and has different meanings. You know, if you keep on hunting and hunting and hunting and hunting in one area, the animals are eventually going to migrate and stop fucking coming in that area. It's just common sense. It's just like humans would do. If humans were in one area and every time you went there, you got fucking shot in the face or shot at, eventually you just stop going there. You wouldn't go there anymore. All right? And that's how you end up with places like Detroit, right? You know, it's a shithole, and it kept on getting shittier and shittier. The violence kept on getting worse and worse, and then it just eventually just banned it. People are like, fuck it, I'm moving, I'm leaving Detroit. You know, the water's fucked up, the people are fucked up, the house is fucked up, they're not fixing anything, I'm leaving. And then now they're starting to fix things, and now people are trying to come back, right? But that's just how it is, okay? But the thing is, they'll hunt and hunt and hunt and hunt, then the animals move, and then they'll get that area, they'll go hunt and hunt and hunt and hunt and hunt, and they'll keep doing it until there's fucking no animals left, man. And they'll say, oh, it's, you know, it's because of this or it's because of that, and they try to blame climate change. There ain't no fucking climate change, man. They say it's a lesser part climate change. No, it's no part climate change. It's all Esau. All right, it's all Esau. Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. That's what Esau does. They speak lies. Why? Because they're a liar. All right, and the father of it. All right, that's what they do. So here's, you know, and you know, we've pretty much got it, but I'm gonna get some of these scriptures and get Proverbs 12:10. All right, now this shows you how Jake is. Proverbs 12:10, a righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. That's another thing, is that Jake has compassion with their animals. All right, they regard the life of the beasts, okay? And that carries on to, you know, having animals and owning animals, as well as it does with hunting animals as well. The Native Americans were known to prey over their kills, right? And they would use every single thing. They would use the bones for tools, for weapons, for arrowheads, for different things, right? They would use the fats to make different, you know, I'm sure you could make something out of fats. Soaps were made out of fats originally, right? So, you know, some probably made some type of soaps out of it. You had the intestines, you know, and those things like that. They would use them as water, you know, what do they call them? Water skins. All right, they would dry them out, or like the bladder, they, you know, water skins or water bladder. All right, that's what they would use. So those would be used to carry water. All right, and then you would have the horns. All right, could be used for a multitude of things, drinking or, you know, decoration of some sort. All right, antlers of some sort. You know, if you use the antlers, all right, for hunting, if you take those antlers off, you can rub them together and emulate, you know, two bucks fighting, and then you can draw in bucks that are territorial during the rut. All right, you can do that. Or another thing that you can do is you can take of course, the skins for clothing. All right, the skins for bedding and blankets and all sorts of things, right? The dried out skins, you know, for leather, to make, again, all sorts of things with pouches and bags and all sorts of different things that you can make. And Jacob, all right, and Gad, all right, Gad at this point, they would do all those things. If you look at Native American things that they would craft and make, all right, jewelry and rings out of bone or different things like that. You know, you might shape some of the bone into a ring, and then you could find, you know, some type of obsidian or different other things like that, and set it into the stone, and there you go. You have a ring now. Different things, man. Necklaces, charms. All right, I'm sure they made wind chimes out of bone. All right. So hell, let's go and look it up. Let's go and see what items did the Native Americans make out of animals they hunted? A variety. Look, the Native Americans made a variety of items from the animals they hunted, utilizing almost every part of the animal to meet their needs. Clothing and footwear, hides and skin. Tan hides were used to make clothing such as shirt, leggings, dresses, and moccasins. Right? Furs. Fur-bearing animals provided warmth in colder climates. Furs were used for robes, coats, blankets, tools, and utilities. Bones. Animal bones were crafted into a variety of tools, including needles, awls, fish hooks, spear points, and were also used to create combs and hairpins. Antlers and horns were used to make tools such as hoes, digging sticks, even musical instruments like whistles and rattles. Shelter. Large hides such as those from buffalo were used to make teepees and other forms of shelter. These were often sewn together and stitched over a frame of wooden poles. Foods and storage. Stomachs and bladders. These were cleaned and used as containers to store water, food, and other items. Intestines. Clean intestines were used to make sausage casings or to store fat and oils. Shouldn't be, you know, using them to eat. But you see, you know, or unless you remove the casings, right? Decoration and art. Feathers used to create decoration, clothing, headdresses, ceremonial items. Claws and teeth. These were often used in jewelry such as necklaces, earrings, well as for ceremonial purposes, which were going off. Weapons. Sinew. Animal sinew was used as a strong and durable thread for sewing hides and for making bowstrings. Hooves were boiled down to create glue for attaching arrowheads and other uses. Musical instruments. Drums were out, you know, you see it. So, hey, man, you know, they used every single part of it. But Esau, you know, they'll just waste half of the shit, man. They'll just waste it. Okay? Again, Proverbs 12:10. A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. Get 1 Corinthians 14:40. And there's an order, man. Things, how you're supposed to hunt, how you're supposed to do things, when you're supposed to fish. You're not supposed to be standing in the same place and fish and fish and fish and fish and fish and go the next day and fish and fish and fish. Get what you need and leave, man. You don't need fucking 50 fish in a day. You don't. There's no way. You don't need that. You don't even need that in a week, man. You know, you get some, you get some, you know, two or three fish. And really, if there's that's smaller, because if you get, you know, some regular salmon-sized fish, you only need maybe like one or two a day. All right. And that's if you're really trying to eat multiple times a day. If you eat one big meal, it depends, and the size of your family. You know, if it's just you and your wife, hell, you know, one salmon would probably do it for you, because salmons are pretty damn big. Right. All right. You see, it just showed you one of those, but you take a salmon, you see that, you can get several of these these fillet strips, all right, these salmon fillets, and you'd be good to go, man. Salmons are a bigger fish. You can see it compared to his hand. There's no way you're gonna eat that. That'd be good. Probably one of those for a day. All right. And generally, we also didn't eat meat like that every single day. All right. But and look, it's all about preservation too. Learning how to preserve the animals and salting them and different things. Right. Now we have refrigerators. Back then we didn't. So again, everything has to be done. What? 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. Let all things be done decently and in order. That's all things. Let all things. All things. All things. That doesn't mean just certain things. Everything has to be done decently in order. There's a way for everything to be done decently in order. There's decently in order for as far as the scriptures go, as far as teaching goes, as far as hunting goes, as far as cooking goes, as far as praying goes, as far as, everything, man. There's a way that everything has to be done decently in order. And if it can't be done decently or in order, then that most likely means it's not something you should be doing. All right? You can't do homosexuality decently in order because it's not decent and it's not in order. So guess what? Boom, can't do it. Write it off. What about this? Can it be done decently in order? No? Should be probably something I shouldn't be doing then. Write it off, right? But hunting can be done decently in order. You're not wicked if you go and hunt. You can be a Hebrew Israelite, yes, and go on a hunting trip, all right? You can go out there with a 30-06 rifle, yes, and go out in the woods, find an animal as long as it's clean, all right? I mean clean as in, allowed in the dietary law, right? And you can shoot that animal, all right? Skin it. Do what you do with the, try to utilize as much of it as possible. All right, you don't have to create, water skins out of the bladder. That's not something that they do now. All right, that's not something that's done now. But but you can use bone for other things. I'm sure you can make something out of the bone. Hell, at the very least, you can give it to your dog, right? Give it to your dog, or find someone that has dogs and say, here you go, here's some dog bones, right? There's something you can do with them for sure, all right? And if you can't find something to do with them, you should find someone that wants those bones, because people will pay you for that type of thing, man. They'll pay you for those type of things, and give it to someone that can use it, okay? The antlers, if it's your first time hunting, you're going to hunt deer again, maybe keep them and, make some antler rattles, So, do whatever it is. Now, I don't hunt. That's not to say I wouldn't hunt. If I ever knew somebody that could hunt, I'd probably go hunting with them, right? Because I wouldn't be opposed to it. You get a lot of meat from that. Hell, I'd have to make sure I'd have enough money, because I'd have, because I'd have to go and get buy a whole freezer, because there's no way I could store all that meat, because even one animal, that's a lot of meat. I'd try to find people to give away some too, because, I'm not going to be able to eat it myself, So, hell, maybe people at my work that I don't hate. All right, probably customers that I'm cool with, because most of my coworkers I'm not really cool with like that. But so that's that. That's that. So you could go and do it. And so like I said, I'm not opposed to it. I would go and do it. All right. And I'd definitely go and fish. It's just in Vegas, there's nowhere to fish unless you want to eat catfish. And that shit's, first of all, it's unclean, and I wouldn't want to eat it anyway. It doesn't look like something you want to eat. It looks fucking gross. All right. And they live in nasty fucking waters. I mean, you can technically, I believe is it carp? Is carp or carp kosher? Let me see. Are carp kosher? Carp can be kosher, but carp is I spelt it wrong. But yeah, carp are gross. All right, they live on they look like they'd be unclean, but they're there. But they're bottom feeders. They're nasty. They're pretty nasty. I wouldn't even want to eat a carp. All right, but I guess they have skins. I guess you can't really see the scales, but it says that they do have scales. All right, do carp have scales? I guess some of them do and some of them don't. Most carp. There are some varieties that are scaleless. We must have seen a scaleless variety, because this one, you can see the scales right there. You can see the scales, and you can see the fins. All right. So, but yeah, man, there's a way to do everything decently in order. All right. Well, not everything, but anything that can be done decently in order should be done decently in order. And if it can't be done decently in order, then don't do it. Right? But going back to Esau, Psalms 10 and 5, his ways are always grievous, thy judgments are afar above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. And really, at this point, the animals are his enemies as well. I mean, that's really, I mean, everything is the enemy of Esau. You know, life is in direct opposition to Esau, because he's just a killer, right? He's just a killer. That's what he does. And his ways are always grievous. Everything that he does is bad. He, on the opposite, we were just talking about doing everything decently in order. Esau can't do anything decently in order. There's a decent and orderly way to do it. Esau's going to do it unorderly and disorderly, right? They're going to make sure they do it wrong, all right? If you can go and kill one buffalo and feed your family for a month, they're going to kill 20 buffalo, and they're just going to waste half of them. I'm just killing. Oh, wasn't that fun? I'm just doing it for the thrill of the hunt, all right? And that's what Esau does. They just do it for the thrill of the hunt, for trophy hunting, or what do they call it? Hunting as a sport. Yeah, and sure, the thrill of the hunt might be a thing. You might have a little bit of fun, you know, stalking an animal all day and trying to find one, right? And you finally get it. I'm sure it's exhilarating. I'm sure, right? But doesn't mean you do it and 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 you do it. You got your animal. Go home, man. Fry it up, eat it. What are you gonna? You're just gonna keep on killing and killing and killing and killing and killing. How much meat do you need? You don't, because it's not about the meat. It's about the kill. Esau hunts for the kill. Jacob hunts for the meat. All right, or the other items. All right, whether you might need the hides, right, for clothing or different things. Of course, back in the day, now you don't need it. Now you can just go to Walmart and buy a shirt for fucking $9.99. All right, you don't need to go out all day and hunt for an animal to get a shirt. That's not how it works now. All right, but back in the day, you did, right? Or you had to have something to trade for the people that have an item to trade or a skill to trade to get that item that those people did hunt for. All right, so you didn't have to hunt for it. You might be able to trade jewelry or different other things. All right. So Obadiah 1 and 1 through 3. This is Esau, right? And they're the ones that do it. And they always talk about. And I wanted to get Obadiah 1 and 3 because they always talk about the caveman and the hunting. And they were hunting, and certain species might have gone extinct because of the caveman hunting. Well, who is the caveman? Who's the OG caveman? OG, original caveman. No, that'd be OC. OC, original caveman. OC. Obadiah 1 and 1, all right, through 3, starting with verse 1. It says, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom. There's, Esau's name was later changed to Edom. It says, we have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is set among the heathen. An ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, and this is another thing for Esau, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. Esau is the lowest of low. They are even small among the heathen. They're the lowest, right? Verse 3, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And also, dealing with the pride. Talked about the pride of thine heart. Esau is a very proud man. Proud with the hunts, proud with everything, man. But hey, man, lesson, unfortunately, had a little bit. It was all over the place because I got sidetracked and kind of threw the vibe off at the beginning with the dog. But a little rambly, but Lord willing, it was still edifying nonetheless. This is Colossians 3 and 25, because they're not going to get away with this, man. They're not going to get away with all the things that they've done. All right, and they've done things to men, they've done things to children, they've done things to animals, they've done things to society, they've done things to order and structure, and they've completely just fucked everything up, man. The waters are flowing wrong, the rivers are all fucked up. All right, they have to do artificial dams to get water. Oh, and block this off and do this and have that and this, so the water will rise. I mean, you got, and they equate it to, climate change. There's no such thing as climate change. Climate has done this periodically. Well, if we're at the hottest it's ever been, go back to the 1940s and look at how hot it was in the 1940s. Go and look for the record temperatures. A lot of the time, the records, this is the first time it's been beat since 1940. Yeah, because it's through cycles. All right, you go through colder periods of years, colder centuries. All right, or whatever you want to call them, and then you go through warmer ones. All right. Decades, and then and then it'll happen again. Like, say if theoretically, all right, we had another 80 years, which we don't, but say theoretically that we did, then we'd start having cooler summers again. It would cycle around, it would cycle back again. All right, now at the end of the time that we're in now, yeah, the Lord might be doing something to mess this place up, all right, to kill this place off, but throughout history, they'd be like, oh, no, it's this and that. No, it's not climate change. It's never been climate change, okay? It's never been climate change. It hasn't been, all right? Or it's the water levels are low. There's no water levels. The water isn't running out. It hasn't been running out, I have pictures on my phone from things from like the 1800s, the 1940s, and now, and it shows the water line's exactly the same. The water line has not receded. Nice try though. And we know it's Esau fucking with shit. That's the ultimate reason why things are wrong. All right. That's why, you know, look into was it Yellowstone, the place with all those fucking the geysers. They had a problem back in the day, and then you know, I guess they introduced wolves. All right, I can't remember if they introduced wolves, but they removed the wolves and shit got fucked up, so they had to put the wolves back. I can't remember if the wolves were there originally. I think they were. All right, or they might have introduced them to help a problem. But then I guess they thought it was getting too out of hand, so they took away the wolves, and then most of the shit went away. All right, the plants started dying out, bugs started going away, other animals started going away, and they brought back the wolves, and then boom, bam, everything went back to normal. Who would have guessed, right? Who would have guessed? But that's the thing with Esau. They try, you know, just removing puzzle pieces and blocks, and no, keep the piece in there. It's in there for a reason. Stop trying to remove puzzle pieces. You're not gonna have a full puzzle that, well, we don't understand why things wrong. We don't understand. You know, you got all these cases of Duang fever, however the fuck you pronounce that shit, and West Nile virus. You have all those West Nile virus and all those other things going on because Esau fucking with shit with Bill Gates and fucking with those genetically modifying, fucking with mosquitoes. All right, if you look at Bill Gates. Mosquitoes, who knows if it'll even bring it up anymore. They try to hide everything. Oh, okay. Well, hey guys, we're okay. Never mind. This is from AP News. That's good. It's good that they're letting us know this. Never mind. It says that Bill Gates tied mosquito project is not responsible for the recent malaria cases in the U.S. That's good. Okay, never mind, guys. Never mind. Wrapping it up. I thought it was. It's a good thing that they said it wasn't. Look at this. No, the Bill Gates mosquito project, it's not responsible for the recent malaria, and it's not, or in the Duang fever and the West Nile virus. It's not related to that. It's not. What the fuck is it related to then? All of a sudden we didn't have any of these issues. Then Bill Gates starts fucking around with shit, and then boom, here it is. Oh, we got malaria, we got this, we got that. It sounds like he's done fucked with some shit. But hey guys, never mind. Guess we were wrong. Here it is. The news tells us that's not the case. He said that's not the case. So I guess that's good. All right. World Mosquito Program. There you go. And 168 million to develop the next you know what. Oh yeah. Well, that's going to fucking make people's eyes explode and their asshole fall out. So who knows, man? You know, the world's new. The world's new. What did it say? The world's new weapon against malaria. Mosquitoes. Yeah. How's that working for you, Bill? Anyway, you see it, but it's good. Remember, they said that's not the reason. So that's good. It's good that they let us know that's not the reason. Esau fucks with everything, man, and the Lord's gonna pay him back. This is Colossians 3:25. It says, "But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done, and there is no respect of persons." You're doing wrong. It don't matter if you're Jake. You're going to receive the wrong that you've done. All right. And Esau has done a whole lot of wrong. All right. So that's been the lesson. Slack you for the ramblingness. All right. And getting off topic a little bit there. Slack you. Lord willing, the lesson was edifying regardless. With that, we're going to go ahead and close out. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. I'm going to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. I want to say shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring. Keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Until next one, Lord willing. Shalom.